You are now listening to the Dignified Delinquents. It's your boy Jerry the Great, and I'm gonna keep you entertained from start to finish.
It's your girl Niecy Ray, and you know I'ma keep it real.
It's your boy Breeze, and I got a story to tell.
Yo, it's your boy Jerry the Great, and you are tuned into a brand new episode of the Dignified Delinquents, and we are live from the ATL. I don't know. I feel like I just wanted to say that shit. I have no clue why.
It's fun. It's fun.
It's fun to say that shit when you hear it. Like, you know what I mean? Bobby's in the background from the Writer's Block podcast. He's here. He's helping me out. But when we were driving up, he was like, "Jerry, I feel like you got to play Future whenever you get to Atlanta." Is it true?
You do. Right when you cross.
Bobby,
ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Before we get started, first and foremost, my dog is here. It's a three-peat. That is Brelyn in the building. What up?
What's going on?
How you living?
You gotta play March Madness when you enter Atlanta, though.
Is that what you gotta do?
Yeah.
Is that what you gotta do?
That's valid.
We got another guest in the house now. First of all, he is the first. We call him light-skinned.
First honky?
No. I wouldn't even say that word. That's Roseanne.
That's my word.
That's your word. Can you say that and get away with it?
I used to like Nilla, but I got in trouble for that.
Because it sounds too much like.
Yeah, but it felt fun. I was like, my Nilla, what's up?
I can see why. Like,
yeah, NILLA.
I don't like it.
It's short for vanilla.
I know, but I don't know if I fuck with it.
I took it out of the vocab.
You said, okay.
I took it out.
My guy DJ here, aka Podcast Poppy, is in the building.
AKA DJ 94. What's up?
Now, can I if I remember how I met you, was via Instagram.
Yeah, the gram.
And I was on live.
Yeah.
And you came on my live.
This was, yeah. And this
like
was
2 years ago?
This was probably this is right when I made my Instagram.
Wait, so hold on, pause. You didn't have an Instagram before then?
No, so I only had probably 100 followers at the time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was real low.
Where you at now? Just for this light fact.
31.4 thousand.
Thought you had that 0.4 in there. I thought this was gonna say 31.1 million, but
No. I wish. That's Kendall Jenner status. I can end racism on a Pepsi commercial once I get 31.4 million. But
I met you via Instagram, and you were like, "Hey, bring me up," because I don't know if it was fucking COVID or if it was. Well, I don't know why I was on.
I was
live.
just really into networking at the time.
Gotcha. Okay.
I had moved to Atlanta, and I had made the decision I'm not wasting time. I'm networking. I kind of just understood the key to where I want to be is going to be networking, and it's going to be helping people out that are also on the rise.
Sure.
And also, just meeting people, because you never know who's going to be
the next.
Just not even in a grimy leechy kind of way,
right.
but you just never know who's going to be where, who's going to be able to help you out, blah, blah, blah. So I like to just, anyone who's an up and coming podcaster, entertainment, anything, I like to support where I can support, and then just let things fall into place where they do. And
I'm very, Brelyn would tell you this too, because Brelyn came up on my Instagram a couple of times when I was live. I'm very conscientious of who I let come on camera, because sometimes it be you don't know what the fuck is coming up.
That's true.
But what it was for you when you said, "Hey, I'm a podcaster," I was like, "Okay, cool." Yeah, his name Podcast Poppy.
Yeah, Brandon.
I was like, "Okay, cool." Then you was like, "Hey, I know Bobby." Which is Bob Brown.
Instagrammed it up, yeah.
He's like, I know Bobby. I said, okay, well, if you the name dropped. If you know Bobby, then you must be fucking all right. Come on up. And then you came up, and I was like, oh, that's a fucking cool ass dude.
It's
cool
like being vetted without being vetted.
Exactly. And sometimes I think that name dropping, I don't like to do it, but sometimes it's important. Like in certain instances, you gotta drop a name. Hey, I know D.L. Hughley. I guess.
I think it's gross when it's actually famous people.
What you mean?
If you're name dropping name dropping acquaintances and stuff that's just chill, I think is cool. Okay. When it's oh, I did this with this person, it comes it's a little braggy.
Yeah, I was on stage with someone. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know though. I think when you did
It's a fine line.
It's a fine line. It's a
Depends on the
very
scenario.
very fine line. Like if you hadn't said Bobby's name, I would have been like,
Get this
all right.
honky out of here.
I wouldn't have said that. That is a very
That's my favorite racial slur. I'm sorry.
say it again because I don't know if I can say it.
Honky, you can say. I'll give you the white card.
If you
got
give
a
me
white
a card to
pass.
say it, I work in
You ever eaten a
diversity.
Cracker Barrel on Chafee?
I definitely ate at Cracker Barrel.
All right. Was it on Chafee Road?
I worked at Cracker Barrel.
All right.
I worked at Cracker
How
Barrel.
many stars you had on your apron?
Not a one because I
All
worked at
right, cool.
Cracker
That's
Barrel
cool.
for
That's cool.
all of 6 hours.
You didn't see the whip on the logo?
I didn't make it past the training.
Yeah.
I didn't make it past training at Cracker Barrel.
It's definitely
My girl didn't know there was a whip on the logo.
It's definitely a whip on.
You saw the whip on the logo?
It's in the sea.
Yeah.
Is Cracker Barrel big in Atlanta? Where
No,
y'all at?
Waffle House is king here.
Waffle House on every corner.
Yeah. We don't do Cracker Barrel here.
Well, shit, Cracker
I
Barrel
don't
got
fuck with Cracker
got some
Barrel.
good fucking peach cobbler. That's the
It's
first
Cracker
thing.
Barrel here, but you
No,
won't
we don't
catch a
fuck
lot
with
of us
it.
up
We don't
here.
fuck with it.
I think I saw a Cracker Barrel, but then it also said like Brian Kemp's favorite place. Like it was some bullshit like that.
You were in
Brian
a
Kemp
rocking
ate
chair
it.
playing that little pin game.
I worked at Cracker Barrel for 6 hours. I didn't make it past the training
Okay.
because the training was very. If you see a black person coming to the restaurant and a white person,
It was very
coming,
dog whistle-ish.
It was very like okay, we know that we experience racism here, but this is how you react to it.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, I'm black. Like I can't. Like first of all, y'all got me washing dishes in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And second, like I can't. My alliance ain't gonna allow me to do this bullshit. So I could not work at Cracker Barrel. Could not. 6 hours. In and out.
Well, in general, it takes a lot to work in food service. Period. So,
Have you ever worked in food service, Bree?
no, I don't work. I don't work in retail before.
Retail is.
I feel like everyone should have to work retail or food service for at least 6 months.
Have you ever did either one?
I've done retail.
Done everything.
Yeah, okay.
Done everything. My
I've
first
done
job was
both.
Hollister.
Orange
Park Mall. What's up?
You are a white guy.
Yeah.
Because Hollister, Aeropostale,
So
and
it's funny. I don't know if anyone of you guys actually know. So my brother and all my family are black. So I was adopted.
come back. Say it again.
So I was
Back it up.
adopted. So my brother, they're light skinned. My mom,
I mean, they're
mom's-
light skin.
all of them are light skinned, but my mom's black, my brothers are black, my sisters are black, etc. So me and my brother,
Bobby's like, what? Really like, what the fuck?
you can say whatever you want. What do you,
What?
what do you have to say? What do you have to
Go
say,
ahead.
Brelyn?
Y'all go ahead. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, you got it.
I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I've stopped. It's a longer story, so continue your.
That's why I'm saying I want to get through the rest of the story. Yeah.
Before you make a point.
Okay. So me and my brother got hired at Hollister at the same time,
Okay.
right?
Which is interesting because they don't typically hire niggas. But go ahead.
So this is my point. One of us was working out front. The other one of us had to work in the back, folding clothes and spraying fucking.
We ain't gonna say which one.
No, I was definitely the out front one, and I didn't think of anything of it at the time. You know, I'm
Okay.
15, 16. I'm just like, yeah, sorry, dude. Like, but
How old is your brother? Like, is he older or younger?
he is 11 months older than me.
Okay. So y'all around the same age.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. What were you saying, man?
No, I was gonna say. So you're adopted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That brings it full circle a little bit.
Yeah.
I was confused because you just hopped in. You're like, my brothers are black, my mom's
Yeah.
black, and
Then
I'm
he said he
waiting. I'm
light
waiting to
skinned.
hear like the white person in the mix. Like, oh, you're mixed. You're just
Yeah.
a little on the lighter
I'm the
side
opposite
than
of the blind
mix.
side.
You thought he was, I was gonna say you thought he was the blind side. You
I'm-
thought this was Michael Orr? No.
No, I'm Lawrence from Little Romeo Show.
Okay. What age were you adopted?
Like 13.
13.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Can
go ahead.
Can I ask you questions about that?
Of course.
13, because I saw like Mike.
Yeah.
And when you're that old, they let me take my laugh back.
Yeah.
But they say the older you are, the harder it is to get adopted.
Yeah, but I wasn't at like an orphanage. So I was just like, it was family friend shit.
Okay.
I was in foster home for a little bit, like on and off, but like, I was with my grandma for a bit, and then she was just kind of getting old and couldn't like take
Gotcha.
care. So then I ended up with like family friends that they just took care of me for the rest of the
Nice.
time.
Okay. So
Yeah.
13 and then
Yeah, no, I was 13 and on. I was with Mama Tina in the fam.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, interesting. Okay, so now that I know, now I can put my jokes back into myself. So
Joke anywhere you want.
So,
I get so many adoption orphan jokes. It's fine.
So how was it for you growing up in because a black household like that gotta be different.
That was my question too.
Yeah,
I was about to ask the same thing, but in a different way.
I enjoyed it. Like it was all I knew for that part of like, because I mean you're a person at 13, but you're not like really formed
For sure.
as like opinions. You don't know what you like yet. You don't know like anything. So I mean, I enjoyed it thoroughly. I think I do have a harder time connecting with white people now. Is my thing.
Is your fiance what?
She's black.
She's black.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting enough though, so she's black and white mix, but she was only raised by her white half.
So
This is a sitcom I'm working on, by the way. It's me and my fiance, because she is a black girl raised by a white family, and I'm a white guy raised by a black family. Like I got to teach her how to play spades, and like I had to teach her history lessons about like what three fifths meant and stuff like that. It was very.
I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But I think that's so interesting. Like, so you learn how to play spades at a young age. You learn
So
the
you know
rules
how to
of
play
Uno.
spades, and she
did
doesn't.
not know.
And
we tried once, and
crazy.
she was like, "I'm never playing again," because I was yelling at her and shit. I was like,
Did she renege? That's the first thing.
Yeah. And she would just set me up for failure, and I got to give her a stare. Just
She
like,
threw her goddamn spades out first. Like, no, you hold on to those until.
So she's mixed, you said.
Yeah.
Like 50-50?
Yeah.
Okay. And everyone in your house was black.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay. And her family was white. 100%. So she
was
kind of
from
grew up in
middle of Virginia, nowhere.
So she kind of grew up in white culture, per se.
Very much so.
And you grew up in
Stage
black
still.
culture.
Not calling your fiance Stage still, but Stage still is in the news fucking with the bullshit. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
And you grew up in black culture.
Yes.
So was there certain things that I guess you could say you had to teach her that your family taught you?
Yeah.
Spades,
like, I mean,
nigga.
spades
Well,
for
I mean,
one.
outside of that I mean, like, might dive a little bit deeper.
I would make like, I got kind of like a dark sense of humor, so I would make like jokes. It's like one time I made like a 3/5 joke. She didn't get it. Just like stuff like that. And like, just, I would have to explain to her like what that even means and stuff like that. So it was just very nuanced things that that I don't ever think about. Her music's very different than mine. She's listening to Jonas Brothers and like My Chemical Romance and stuff, and I'm listening to Utopia and like
as I'm pacing the pews in the church corridor. I fuck with them too. I'm a third.
You want to turn a white boy up? That's how.
Can't help but to hear, but to hit the poor groom's bride is a whore.
That's different.
But so, and I think so because it's like,
So you'll catch a black joke before she will.
yeah. Do you have challenge by choice? Do you because looking at you, right? The average person, and I've did a show with you before, so like me, like I'm comfortable with you now. So like I know who the fuck you are for real. Not for real, but like I can talk to you.
Yeah.
The average person looking at you will be like, oh, this is just a regular white guy.
Yeah, as a bartender, it hindered me a lot. Because like people would just talk. I don't know. White people see other white people, and they just want to like just talk like craziness to me.
Amen,
Like crazy shit.
Yeah, and I just like
Dude, can you believe it? Like,
and like the Trump shit got way worse, and like just,
can believe
just
it.
excess.
Amen, brother.
The same thing happens with white people and gross people.
What you mean, gross people?
Like pervy dudes.
Okay.
Think all dudes think the same way they do.
Okay.
Like I've worked at bars before where like I've had waitresses that were like 16 years old, and the dudes were like, "Oh yeah, check out the fucking like," and I'd be like, "Yo, dude," she's like,
nasty
"Yeah."
R. Kelly
But, like, they just think like I don't know. Dudes will think like just because they're a certain way, they think all dudes are the same way, and I'll just be like, "Yeah, dude, no, she's
Not
a
me.
fucking minor."
Right.
Like, and so like same with like white shit. Like it would just be like they'd want to talk to me about like things going on, and I'd just be like, yeah, I don't agree with this at all.
Now, so you from Florida,
Yeah, Duval.
Duval County, Duval. Now, do you obviously when your FCAT sheet came in, he had to check your race. You checked what did you?
Yeah, it's white. I mean, I'm
check
not.
white.
Yeah.
Okay, but do you feel a connection to the culture? One,
Yeah.
and then do you also feel like there's a sense of belonging? Because I would hope that your family accept nah, this is my fucking brother. Like, if you got a problem with him, you got a fucking problem with me.
Yeah.
Like,
yes. I mean, I tell people all the time, like I've, my last job, I was producing for like HBCU content and stuff like that. Like, I'd like to tell people, like, I'm a white guy with just the most black pride you could possibly have. That and
I
then,
love that for you.
My family, I do really well because I'm also the only guy that brought home a black woman to marry.
Wow.
So all my brothers, they brought home white women, Hispanic
this is
women.
a fucking sitcom.
Yeah. And so my mom, had to like grill and judge these women that my brothers were taking home. The second I brought home a black girl, none of that.
Easy.
She was just like, "Oh, she's in. Let's go. Let's go."
Hey, baby, let me get you a plate. Come on, sit in.
Yeah. Because my mom got that, the elbow drops below, the bicep drops below
skin,
the elbow. Yeah.
She got cafeteria on, is what you call that.
So, you want
some mashed potatoes
speak in it.
But it's still interesting though, because like you say, like she kind of, because she was raised by a white family, so like she kind of identifies with that culture a little bit more than she would her black side.
And it's not that she's actually, Atlanta's helped her feel a lot more proud of her black side and much more loved and stuff like that. But growing up, she's just never felt black enough. Was her issue. She was mixed. She's got 4C hair.
What's that number?
She got 4C hair. So she's very, light skin, very curly hair. And so she's just never fit in on either spectrum. She wasn't white enough for the white people. She wasn't black enough for the black people.
Yeah.
And so she just kind of like didn't really know where she could fit in. So now she's felt very just
at
like
home.
in a city that has so much black love and black pride. She loves it.
Because what did she grow up?
She grew up in Woodbridge, Virginia. So,
Woodbridge,
yeah.
Virginia. Is that what the fuck Denzel Washington was running them goddamn football players through?
I don't know.
No.
Sound white though.
But I will, for the people who didn't know when he said 4C hair, I will tell you Yaki 1B. That's the blackest of the like the shit. That's sound like you combing an apple when you. There you go, Yaki 1B. But so my question. And challenge by choice. Don't feel compelled to answer this, but you fucking here, so we here, and we all got fucking shades on. I don't know what the fuck we doing, but we here.
I put my shades on because y'all put shades on. I want to be like y'all.
Have you ever used your white privilege, like just the skin tone that you have? Have you ever was like, okay, let me use this? Even if it was for the advantage for the people around you, like I'm gonna use this shit and we gonna get in. Or I'm gonna use this shit because, like, have you ever?
Probably unknowingly, a lot growing up.
Okay.
Like getting pulled over with like my brother. It was always different when I was driving, and I never like. I always just thought like, oh, I'm good at talking. Okay. That's always just like I remember. I mean, there's a lot of times where I used to in high school. I used to drive. Sloshed a lot.
What high school you went to?
Baldwin. Way out there. Way out there.
Where the fuck you at?
I grew up on Chafee, so that was the closest.
I know where you at.
Yeah. West Side.
Money. Okay,
no, not at all. I was in a trailer park.
To us, we felt like that. And from Palm Coast, like, oh, this.
Now, once I got money, I moved to the beach. Getting pulled over and stuff like that. Now, like, I be wanting to use my white privilege a lot more. Not gonna lie, like when they ask for my receipt at Walmart, I get mad. Like I'd be like, you see this white skin? Like you can't check my receipt here.
Fuck you mean the TV is mine? I brought it. Hello.
I get more mad because I know they're not actually reading it.
Right.
It's like, why are we wasting both of our time? Because like, there's no way you're reading this entire receipt.
Right.
Like, and I go to Sam's Club. I know what. Flip the barcodes that you want them to scan.
Right.
Up, they're gonna scan three things. The shit I don't want you scans at the bottom. Like we don't have to play this game. Like you get paid minimum wage.
Shout out to Sam's Club.
But more unknowingly than knowingly. But I think right now, honestly, it's a worse time to be a white guy.
Right now.
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
Because everything is everything I think kind of works in like a pendulum.
Okay.
So obviously for so long it was, white everything, blah, blah, blah. So now I think it's swinging the other way where we're making very...
Damn sure ain't black.
we're making concentrated efforts.
I don't know if I want to be black, right? Like I want to be black. Sorry,
but I wouldn't say it's swung. I think it swung a little past the black community.
We Hispanic.
No, I'm saying the LGBTQ plus. It went to that fucking. To be a white straight male now is not the it's not the move. It's not fun. It's not cool.
Yeah, like a white straight male.
Yeah, it's not a fun time to be a white straight male.
I can fuck with that.
You know, not saying like the pendulum is. I think it.
Sorry.
I think it honestly it swung a little past y'all community. Like it should have stayed a little further for a little bit.
Like, nigga, you got the 60s. What else do you want?
But now it's on to if you're not like
if you're not LGBTQ+.
If you don't identify as a whatever, it's not a fun time.
Really, why are you laughing at that?
I was laughing at the shit that you said earlier. What about I want to be black. That's what I was laughing at.
I want to be a nigga. I'm sorry.
It's still registering.
I still want to be here. I want to be my community. I'm sorry. No, don't leave me. But no, I think that you're right though. Like I went to the Beyonce concert on her rentals. Did you go? Did you see?
No, I bought Drake concert tickets instead.
When has Drake? Have you seen him already?
It was supposed to come in July, but now they moved it to September.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. I might still go see Drake. I don't think Drake coming to Florida though. If he is, he going to Miami, and I ain't fucking with that.
Yeah, you're not coming to Jack.
Yeah, damn sure not coming.
The Atlanta
to
show's gonna be
crazy. Yeah. Drake gonna have a fucking another baby that night. But I went to the Beyonce concert, and people were telling me that you went to the wrong concert. So when Beyonce did the On the Run tour, part 1, part 2 with Jay-Z, I ain't have money.
Okay.
I was a college student. I was broke. I ain't have it. But so now I'm able to go see Beyonce Renaissance. And they were like, that's the wrong tour to go to because that whole album isn't for...
It's dance. It's
dance. It's house music. It's LGBTQ plus, and it's for that demographic. And when I went to the show, I was like, I see why y'all say that, because whether you white, black, Asian, Hispanic, purple, pink, or blue, they were there.
Yeah.
And I think John Day said it on the show. She was like, if you were a male at that concert, she was like, women were getting dressed up to go to that concert, but who you getting dressed up for? Because all the men that's there are either gay,
especially in Atlanta.
I didn't say that. Are either gay or they're there with their girlfriend and wife, and it's like, you ain't gonna pull nothing from the goddamn concert. So that makes sense.
Also, do people pull from concerts anyway?
I've been married for I feel like 10 years. Brelyn, you single? You pull from concerts?
Me personally, I mean, if I'm gonna go to the concert, I'm gonna be kind of more so in tune with whatever is going on. But if I see something that strikes my eye,
if you going to Drake, you think that you gonna be in tune?
Because I mean,
36 D.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you're either in the pit and all right, you think that you're just gonna happen to find a connection within 4 or 5 bodies next to you, or you're in a assigned seat, which is the same scenario. So I feel like pulling at a concert is gonna be and then you can't hear.
Yeah,
you can't hear.
Tricky.
So me, I gotta talk my way into pants. I can't just I'm not the attractive one where I could just give you a look and it's bing bang go.
Think so?
Nah, I've never been that guy.
You got your
never been one guy.
Honesty.
Yeah, I've never been the guy that can just pull from a look.
I've been the funny guy.
I've always had to talk my way into some pussy.
Yeah, I've been the funny guy. I'll make you laugh. You dicking you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Exactly.
Did you not know that this was? I'm sorry. Yeah. But keep on moving, bitch. Come on.
Yeah, I need a bar with the music on medium to pull.
Circumstantial.
Circumstantial.
See, that means he's pulling by looks. That's what it is. He's giving an eyebrow raise across the room, and he's fucking. You never have to worry about dancing with a girl, her turning back and then stop dancing.
Right.
No, that's how you realize if
that's the most heartbreaking moment you will ever have. That's how you
found out in high school if he was ugly or not. Yeah. If you started to dance on a girl and she turned around,
or if you see the friend going.
Yeah,
right.
If she turned around, she stopped dancing on you.
Yeah, that's a heart-crushing moment.
That was it was character development.
But here's the thing.
That's my villain origin story.
Right. I've had some women turn around on me and be like, ugh, nigga, no. But I had a lot of women turn around on me and be like, okay, I keep going. It is circumstantial.
It is circumstantial.
Can I tell you about you light-skinned motherfucker?
Tell me.
You are light-skinned. You're skinny. You're small. Me and we got childbearing hips. A
Put
woman
that belly
would,
on them hoes.
a woman would love to have our fucking hips. I see yours and your goddamn sweats. You see mine.
This is new for me though.
Oh.
Also though.
Welcome to the clique. Welcome to the gang. But like, I'm not an ugly nigga. But fucking, I'm not everybody's fucking cup of tea.
Yeah, nobody is.
I don't like how you said when I said I'm not an ugly nigga. I don't like that. I
said, you're not an ugly nigga?
No. I just want to let it be known on the show that you said when I said that. Just as a point of reference at minutes whatever, so I can go and edit that shit out. But no, it's like I'm not like I can understand who the fuck I am. Like, Brelyn, you got your fucking tattoo on your calf. You got your tattoo, you in your glasses and your fly planes and shit since you got your degree.
And you know every fucking thing.
But, like, niggas like you made it hard for, not even niggas, like guys like you made it difficult for the other, like the average nigga. Bobby, are you an average nigga?
What do you mean?
Come to the microphone.
Here you go, Bobby. Take my microphone.
If you were dancing on a girl, are you?
Hold on, nigga. Did you just call me mid on the podcast?
He asked if you were mid.
I asked.
I would say I'm trending upward. I'm trending upward. I was like a solid 6
right now.
I was like a solid 6 for like 2 years. I'm more like a 7.5, 8 right now. You know.
Whoa! I think, Bobby, if you
Now tell me he's cute.
tell him it's cute.
Tell me he's cute, Jerry.
Yeah, my nigga cute.
You're fucking gorgeous. No, if you were in the club and a girl was dancing on you, have you ever had the experience of a girl turn around and be like, "Whoa"?
No, because I'm not that confident. Like I'm not. I don't start. Like if I see a girl throwing ass, I'm not the kind of nigga to just walk up and then get behind her.
Same.
I'm in front of her and I'm like, yo, I'm pointing. Like, yo,
You mean you?
Yeah, we doing this?
Is this something?
Bobby, what bar is your demographic?
What
You a
bar?
Riverside? You a Riverside demographic?
The artsy girls,
Okay, the
you know,
whites.
the
All
girls
right.
should be
All
the
right.
pretty dresses, you know, tattoos and
Hispanics.
shit.
All right.
Bobby started clapping when we said Brelyn love Hispanics. Bobby was like, "Yes, motherfucker, I love a fucking."
Suavemente.
You like a bad Bonnie? You like a bad Bonnie? You like a bad Bonnie?
This is my song.
So I don't know, man. Like I think that it's all like you gotta know your fucking level. Like I've always known my level.
I benefited greatly from Tinder coming out.
Really?
Yeah.
What year was that? Can I ask you?
Probably 2013 to 2015, 16.
So
I was a Tinder sniper.
I'm from Palm Coast.
Okay.
So Palm Coast is a city between St. Augustine and Daytona Beach.
Okay.
So we're a little slower to technology. So Tinder was never.
You didn't have Wi-Fi yet. I get it.
Like I never I never was a Tinder person.
Oh man.
How old were you in 2013?
2013, I was 19, but I was also living in Japan by then.
Wait, come back. Well, how the fuck did you get there?
I was in the Navy.
God, well, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service, Brelyn. Thank you for service. This is what you're supposed to. No, don't you fucking salute. You say thank you.
I'm going to the camera.
You
Thank
fucking saluted with
for
your wrong
ser-
hand
Don't
too.
tell me what to do.
This nigga saluted like a cowboy.
But yeah, I was in the Navy. So
How long were you in the service?
I did 5 years. So I was in Japan for 4 years, Virginia Beach for a bit, and then back to Jacksonville. So
I want to go to Japan. That's one of my bucket
Can I
lists.
ask? I was going to say, can I ask you a
Tokyo
question?
I loved it,
specifically.
yeah.
Did you challenge? But don't answer this because you finna get married soon.
That's why he
I'm
needs
just gonna
to
ask
answer.
you
it's
as
good.
a
She's
man.
not allowed to listen to any of my podcasts.
Okay. Did you get a lot of Japanese coochie?
So I don't like Asian women.
Really?
Yeah, no. And also, I was kind of in like the sticks of Japan, so it was not like the top tier. I hit one Asian girl, one Japanese girl, and they're not shaving. The smell is about like sushi, sashimi.
Sushimi or sushi?
Sashimi.
Yeah.
They're a little too tight, also.
Oh,
And then
they ain't got no dick.
the sounds were just. It's like I'm fucking Pikachu. It's not a fun time. And so
See, I was
there
about
was
to say
one
something like that, but I
one
don't want
time
to.
it was the omelet girl on bass, and it was
How long were you in Japan for?
4 years.
You only hit one
Japanese girl. We were traveling a lot.
So everything else was like, okay.
Thai, Filipino, Australian, stuff like that.
How old are Thai women? Challenge my choice.
They all have dicks. So I mean, nah, but
you got what I got? Oh wow.
Nah, they're all right. Like
Americans so good.
they the problem is they're king of like catfishing.
Who?
Like the Thai women, they'll have like a full face of makeup, eyelashes. Remember the Will Smith episode of The Fresh Prince where Nia Long took off all her shit?
Tisha Campbell.
Tisha Campbell. Yeah,
It was Nia Long.
It was Tisha Campbell.
All right, we can fact check. Bobby, fact check me.
Bobby fact check, nigga.
I know that shit. That's Tisha Campbell.
Okay.
It was Tisha Campbell because Nia Long came on to play his fiance when he got.
You talking about when they was trapped in the basement? Right?
Yeah,
that was Tisha Campbell.
Stuck in the basement, sitting on the tricycle, girl getting on my nerves.
I lost my card tonight.
Yeah, put that shit on the table. Yeah, Tisha Campbell. But yeah,
but that's how the Thai women were. They were removed. Like she looked great in the club. I ordered her like $1 menu. I was like, I'll have number 17, and because they have a number on their bathing suit.
Really?
In the club, yeah.
Like you being dead ass.
Yeah. And you just be like, I want number 17.
I've seen videos like that for
yeah. And so she came back to my hotel, and then the makeup came off, the eyelashes came off, and all this.
Bitch, leave that shit on. What you doing?
Also, I've never been more offended by a hooker in my life. By the way,
about what?
A hooker, prostitute, a night walker. So I get home, or I get to the Hard Rock Cafe in Thailand. Me and my boy, we got 2 girls with us. I tried to be a gentleman, tried to be a nice guy, tried to be real chivalrous.
Okay.
I
like that word.
I ordered room service, right? Didn't ask. I just ordered room service.
What did you get?
I got burgers and fries.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
Classic. Can't go wrong.
Everybody loves that.
Yeah. So it gets here finally after, we were having some fun. It gets here and she looks at me and she's like, oh, I don't like burgers.
Oh, you a bougie.
She was like, do you have like anything else? And I was like, girl, you were just sucking dick over there. And now you don't want a burger?
Now you can't eat. Now you too good for a fucking hamburger?
Yeah. Like, nah, you
is this vegan bitch? Yeah. The dick wasn't, and that was in your mouth. So
like, you just wore a number, and I called you out. This burger's not good enough for you. I was very offended. So
I would be offended.
She had to go.
I would be pissed off.
Mm-hmm. She wanted rice.
I
don't know. I don't care what she wanted.
Shut the fuck up. Really said she wanted rice, fried or regular. Jasmine.
Yes. The most basic of basic. You didn't give her that.
Brelyn, would you ever? If you were in Vegas, if it was acceptable, because I ain't gonna lie to you, I remember a show that I used to watch when I was young. It's called The Cat House on HBO. Y'all saw The Cat House?
Nah, I didn't have cable.
I ain't never heard of that.
I'm sorry for my privilege.
The wealth.
But it was a show called The Cat House series.
And has someone doing his laundry for him.
The Cat House is on. I'm gonna come back to that. The Cat House is where Lamar Odom went to, where he basically passed the fuck out. Like
he lives here in Atlantic Station too.
Lamar?
Yeah.
But I hit that motherfucker up. See if he come on tomorrow. The nigga, I got some cocaine. I'm sorry. Would you ever pay for pussy?
I think to a degree.
If it was acceptable.
If it was acceptable, I would say yeah. I would. Yeah. Because one, as men, I feel like to a degree you're always paying for it.
Right.
It just it's in a different way, quote unquote.
Get your hair cut.
Yeah.
Paying for a dinner.
Date, whatever.
Light bill.
Versus paying directly for pussy, you're just getting straight to the point. Especially if you know like you just trying to hit this girl or woman, whatever,
I'm gonna say yes.
She was a woman.
Like
she was a woman.
You're just getting straight to the point. It's like, hey, I just want this. It's transactional, super transactional. Get straight to the point. All right, cool. Here you go. Boom, bada bang. You go on your way. She go on her way. Versus you going on a whole date trying to text her this, that, and third finesse just so you can do this. So I mean, yeah.
I'll tell you, in those countries, they look at prostitution the same way we look at girls being a waitress. Like it's just a job that you do when you're young. Like that's how they see it.
It's just some shit that you did.
It's just like, oh yeah, you're young. That's what you do. You're just like you just make money.
And what countries are these again? Just
Thailand and Singapore.
Singapore.
Singapore's expensive though, so I don't know.
The coochie more expensive in Singapore.
Yeah.
You gotta go to Thailand.
Yeah.
Not that I want coochie from Thailand.
They're imported.
Now, where is it where they have like the red light district where they be in the window?
That's Amsterdam.
That's Amsterdam. So you don't want that.
I mean, I've never been there, but I think that's gentrified hookers. So I don't know if you want that.
Now, would you still indulge today?
Nah.
No.
Nah, not with the fiance.
No, the
and all
fiance.
that.
Okay,
But
that's what I was trying to get to. Like, would you still?
I barely indulged honestly over there. It was the one time, but it was.
You was over there for how many years? You had a
4
girlfriend
years.
on base.
No, I didn't.
What the fuck was you? Okay, now not that men are fucking horn dogs and we got to do this shit all the time. But what were you doing?
Everyone had a boat boo.
A boat boo.
Yeah.
So you had a boat boo.
Yeah, you got a boat boo.
So somebody.
Shout out Shannon.
Hello, Shannon. Hello. Was she black or white?
She was black.
She was a black woman.
I've only messed with black girls, other than like the excursions of other countries. But like any girl I've ever like dated and stuff has been.
Nigga, you are Gary Owen.
Yeah. He was in the Navy.
He was in the Navy.
Yeah.
But you are the Gary Owen of this. What you gonna say, Brick?
No, go ahead.
So black woman has always been your preference.
Yeah.
Is it a type of black woman or just black?
It's always been light skinned women.
Okay.
Not to say that I don't find dark skinned women beautiful.
You gotta fix that. You gotta say that.
No, I think
Yeah.
they're insanely beautiful. But no, my type's always been kind of light skinned. I like the like
It's okay.
the natural.
It's okay to
I like
have a
natural.
preference.
I like the
It's okay to
natural
have a
hair. I
Like
like the
Spanish woman.
It's okay to have a preference.
100%.
Society will tell you can't have a
100%.
preference as a man, but only women can. It's okay. it's okay.
But yeah, it's always been light skinned women. So if you look at like my back catalog, it's a lot of like carbon copies.
Let me get that, Jerry.
A lot of carbon copies of the black women that you.
A lot of just light skinned curly hair.
Wifey red
But you know
heart.
what? Thank you, Bobby.
Wifey red heart card suit.
Bobby,
Or
is
what
that you?
other?
No, it's you. It's
That's
hooked up
me?
to the. I can hear it in my headphones.
Can you hear it? Oh, my wife is calling.
You did say you were going to call her back.
Can
Go
I answer
ahead.
it? Yeah, y'all wouldn't mind?
Nah.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to answer this while we're on fucking the thing.
It's fine. We can't hear.
She hung up. Okay.
Damn. It'd be your own people.
Okay, let me see. Y'all, she can hear y'all too, so we're going to talk to her. As my wife is here. See if she be on the show. Hey, wife, you're on the podcast right now because you called me while we were recording.
Sorry, I didn't know you were recording. I just saw you on live.
You saw me on live almost an hour ago. So I have DJ on the show and I have Brelyn on the show.
Hi.
She said hi.
Hi, wifey.
Oh, put your headphones on. I'm sorry, y'all probably can't even hear.
I can hear it through there.
I can hear
It's
it.
all good.
You can hear it? Let me
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
Okay.
You got the Sonys up loud.
Okay. DJ also told me that our headphones are very. What was the word?
They're a little ratchet.
A little ratchet. That's not the word you used. You said
That's the exact word I used.
bobo. He said
That's my word for knockoff.
our headphones were very bobo.
He said they were 5 below.
yeah.
They are bobos.
He said 5 and below. Actually,
You didn't know what bobos are, husband?
no, I know what the fuck bobos are, but I wasn't expecting.
That's off brand.
I was no. First of all, these are Sony. Okay, that's the first thing.
No, they're bony.
A very reputable
They're bony.
company.
That's the first thing. And I wasn't expecting this white guy to come on the show and just call our shit shacks.
Shout out 32.
Shout out 32. God damn my wife.
Damn.
I'm sorry. So yeah, you called me when we were on the show. You were calling
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. You're here. We're
So see,
here.
he gave
So I
himself
was
the
calling
good
to
mic.
see if you turned the
poster
alarm
there.
on and lock
that.
the door.
If I could turn the alarm on and lock the door.
From Atlanta.
For sure, wife, I can definitely do that.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for
I didn't
calling.
think my-
Huh?
I didn't know if my mom had locked the door or not.
Oh, you upstairs?
Yes.
Okay, I'll lock it.
Thanks.
That's a real one, leaving her phone in
Love
places.
Wait, pause.
All right, wife. She hung up. Okay.
Time out. So she's upstairs in
Yes.
the house, y'all's house, and wants you to turn the alarm
She
and lock
left her
the door
phone downstairs.
No, she has a phone. She called me.
Oh, that's true. I'm a dumbass.
when you're in Atlanta.
She called
To
me.
be fair, she could have had an iPad. Could have had something
iMac,
else.
something.
She could have had be like, "Hey Siri, FaceTime." There's other options here. My Siri turned on when I said that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
What you saying, Bree? That she
You're married. I'm not. I can't.
No. Ask your question so I can answer it on the show.
So she's at home. She called you.
Yes, she had the full
to lock
ability
the
to
door,
do that.
but she had full capability of locking the door and turning the alarm on when you're all the way in Atlanta, and she wanted you to do it from your phone.
Yeah.
When the time that she spent calling you and calling you back, she could have went down there and did it.
Me missing the call and then me calling.
Yeah, see, that's why I said you're married. I'm not. Part of me part of me might have caught a little attitude about it.
No, when you're married and stuff, like you have to add 3 extra steps to everything.
Shit like that don't bother me. Like, okay, you trying to be safe. You probably upstairs, don't want to go downstairs. My question is, where's my dog? Okay, like, did you let him out? That is he upstairs with you? But I can take me 2 seconds to put the ADT alarm on and make sure that the door is locked from my phone. Yeah, like you're secure. You're fine. You're safe. But could she have done that? You know. But I love her regardless. God damn.
Married life,
huh?
Married life.
You're finna experience that soon.
I feel like nothing's gonna change.
Everyone says that.
But also, like, how long were you like living with your significant other before marriage?
5 years, 3 years.
So you were living together for 5 years before marriage?
Yes, between 3 to 4.
And you think like
we bought a house and everything.
And you thought like a lot changed after?
No, not
That's what I'm saying.
A lot changed.
Like once you already live with someone for like 3-4 years, like.
But some shit like. If I'm gonna ask you this question bluntly and blanketly,
Uh,
the shit I want to change is not gonna change, unfortunately.
Okay, can I let me ask you a question?
Go ahead, because I was about to ask. It's probably the same thing you about to ask.
Go ahead, Bree.
Go ahead, because I want.
I think we might be the same. Go, you.
What is it that you want to change that isn't gonna change?
I think the bullshit like insecurities and stuff should stop once. I would hope once that like. I've wanted to end arguments with look at the fucking ring on your finger.
That is that's a fucking mic drop, right? You would think.
It should be.
You would think.
It should be your big joker.
What the fuck I'm at? It should be your big joker. What the fuck I'm at?
Like,
come on now.
Like a lot of because like dumb insecurities to where like, oh, where do you know her from or something like that should be like, look at your finger. That's all I would want.
I know her from a night that I shouldn't have known in Thailand. Here we go. Either way,
because I'm bad. One of my toxic traits is I hate to explain myself on anything.
I think that might be a lot. You like to explain yourself?
It depends on the situation. I will, but certain stuff it's like I don't. Okay, stop. I don't feel like I have
fucking
to.
hate it.
I hate it.
Go ahead.
And I choose my words very carefully. Like I'm plotted. I am
like on your delivery,
everything.
When
I
birthday?
Speak, I'm a Gemini, June 4th.
Are you crazy?
So when I'm not, I'm very logical. And when I say things, I mean exactly what I say. And so like follow up questions or like stuff, I just like it drives me fucking crazy.
You know what you're gonna say when you say it.
Yeah.
Like
there's no wiggle room for what I say.
Yeah.
Like it's
I
direct.
said what the fuck I said, and here it is.
Yeah.
Like it or don't like it. Like
yeah. Okay. There's no follow up questions. I've explained everything, and I've gotten in like situations where like I've gotten more upset explaining myself than I've needed to be. Like even like going through a drive through, I've gotten upset with fucking drive through workers for like
what the fuck you mean you don't understand?
Well, because like I'll have my whole order in one sentence, but they'll cut me off 3 times in that sentence with questions that will be answered if you let me finish my fucking sentence.
Right. I've been there before, so I get that.
So things like that, where it's like I'm very like plotted, planned, and stuff like that, and it's like, oh, what do you mean by this? Exactly what I fucking said.
I'm curious to know, like not even necessarily to know, but to see when you say that. My question should be answered with this ring. Like, this don't mean shit to a woman.
Yeah.
To any woman, no matter how the fuck long they've been married, whatever the case may be. I'm that's interesting.
It's because like when I'm questioning on things, the question that I will come back with is like, let's say it's a girl that I'm being questioned on. My instant response, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I'll be like, do you think I'm fucking her? Will be question 2.
Whoa. Okay.
And if
is that your question too?
And if it's no, then this argument needs to be over.
Right here.
Because
but now it might be shit.
But
that's all it needs to be. Because you need to tackle exactly what the fear is.
I love that.
Because piggybacking off of what he just said, typically whatever question they're asking, they're trying to get to the root of whatever something else is. Oh, well, I think you're fucking her. So, like he said, just jump straight to that question because that's what you're trying to figure out.
Okay,
which is why you're asking all these other questions.
There's only 2 options.
Okay.
Either you think I'm fucking her.
Okay.
Or you're insecure. One of them's a me problem. One of them's a you problem.
I feel like that's valid. I do.
That's the only 2 options.
That's valid.
Now I'm agreeing with you, but I got some follow ups.
They're gonna slander you on TikTok.
They're gonna
slander you on TikTok.
They're gonna fuck your ass up.
If you think I'm being unfaithful, then maybe it's a me problem. Maybe I'm not doing what I'm supposed. Maybe I'm not making you feel secure. Maybe I'm not. If you don't think I'm fucking her, then it's a you problem, and I can't fix that.
Okay. So if she answers that question with, yes, I think you are fucking her, your response is then?
It would have to depend on scenarios, but
whoa. Okay. Let's role play.
There's no world where I am fucking her. But
so she sits there and she says whatever the issue is, and you're like, okay, well, do you think I'm fucking her? And she's like, yes, I do think you're fucking her. What's your response?
I mean, obviously, I will not be fucking her. So
no. Don't answer for us in the room.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
answer for her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like so, if she's like, yes, I think you're fucking her, then I'll be like,
you up.
It would baffle me because usually I think
you ain't ready for that response.
Yeah, usually I think I got checkmate. If you pull out a reverse card,
no, I don't think you fucking her, but y'all have been around.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, if it's yes, I'd have to find a way to kind of reassure her that.
But okay, so if she says no, I don't think you fucking her, but
what?
She has been around. She came out of nowhere. She's been in most of your videos. You've been texting her all of a sudden out the blue. Boom.
Then we would have to figure out a world where we're both comfortable with. Do I need her in my life? If yes, for like business propositions, stuff like that, I would be like, all right, well, let me know what boundaries you think would be appropriate. Do you think like, hey, is it the texting at late hours? Cool. I could be like, hey, don't text me after this hours. I would have to figure out what boundaries you would have to put in to make her feel comfortable. Ooh. At the end of the day, it's still my job to make her feel comfortable and secure.
For sure.
That's still my job.
You said your fiance grew up with her white family?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shows.
So I mean, at the end of the day, it's still going to be my issue no matter what.
Yeah.
So I would have to find a world where I'm not compromising myself and my business and my acumens.
Right.
But also keeping her happy and feeling secure. That's still my job at the end of the day.
Oh, fuck. Brilliant. How can you answer that question? Because I love what DJ just said about like it, and he's 100% accurate with it's either a you problem or a me problem. That's the easiest thing to say.
Yeah.
You think I'm fucking her, or either you're insecure. Answer one of those questions, what it is. How do you respond?
I mean, it is kind of a tough one when it's flipped back on you like that, especially if you think like, oh, you got the checkmate question, and then all of a sudden you get hit back with it, and they're like, I didn't think I'd make it this far.
Because usually I'm more bold.
Then okay,
yeah.
Dang, yeah, that's kind of tough. I mean, I definitely agree with you, like as a whole in like the aspect of it, but then like it's when it's flipped back on you in the whole. Well, you got to make sure they feel comfortable. This, that, and third, the whole insecurity part. But it's like at the same time, everything can't always be chopped up to insecurity, this, insecurity, that. Because I feel like women will use that more so on a man typically than vice versa. Okay. Because I feel like it's like when a woman places a boundary, it's like, oh, you're supposed to just respect it, this, that, and the third, follow it. That's law. That's what she said. If you do it, then if you don't follow it, then it's like you just don't respect her.
Shout out my boy Jonah Hill.
It's like
shout out Jonah Hill.
Shout out Jonah Hill.
But it's like if a man tries to place a boundary, a lot of women sometimes won't respect that because one, they're not used to somebody placing a boundary on them. Mm-hmm. Not only that, but it'll fall back to them and be like, well, what do you mean you don't want me to do, like, for example, if a woman said, well, I'm about to go out like this, and her boyfriend was like, well, I would prefer if you didn't go out like that, and she was like, well, this is what I want to do. If the man sat there and said, okay, well, that's cool, you know, you can do that, but just don't, I'm letting you know what my boundaries, and I would prefer if you didn't. And if you do want to continue to do that, then that's cool. Do you? I'm not trying to change you, but just don't expect me to stick around if you want to continue to do that. Right. You know, that's his boundary. So it's like he's not trying to change you, but he's letting you know, hey, if you want to do that and continue to do that, cool. No issue with it.
You should tell women what to do with their bodies.
But don't expect me to stick around.
I would tell you my issue, and I'll be 1,000%. I'm not sure.
And that's just what somebody could say.
No, you're right. And
you should tell women what to do with their bodies. So you should. I hear you loud and clear.
And I don't know how this shit gonna air, so I'm sorry if y'all listen to this differently. My biggest issue, I hate answering questions. Now, have I done some fucked up shit back in the day where my wife could have questions to ask me? Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I hate answering questions. Like, I'm not doing no crazy shit that's gonna force you to ask me a question. But my wife will ask me questions. Like, so we in Atlanta. Who's been on the show so far? Now, I'm gonna call her tonight, and I'm gonna tell her who's been on the show. And everybody y'all here, you was here for all the guests, just for the record.
Yes.
You was here, and Brelyn, you was here because you was on both of those episodes. Mm-hmm. Wasn't nothing crazy about that. But if I tell my wife, oh, I had this girl and this girl, I have to answer questions. How do you know her? Where she come from? Da, 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 da. And it's like dog, nothing. If you can understand if you can see how I was with when the first best guest came in early as fuck. Well, she was on time, but fucking early. And then when the second guest came in, and how it was, you was here for this. But it's like, I hate fucking answering questions because I feel like whenever you ask me a question, you're interrogating me. And when you interrogate, you're looking for the lie.
But they're not asking what they really want to know.
Yeah.
Well, and what do they really want to know?
Were you unfaithful? Were you doing things that would cross a line?
Right.
Is what they're asking.
And it's like, I don't want to say
that's true. No, go ahead. I was gonna say that's true to what you said, and what you just said is true also. Mm-hmm. But it's like in the grand scheme of all that too, how they're asking and the delivery of it is important, because you could ask somebody a question.
You know, a black woman, so she just came to the Airbnb where y'all was at. Y'all was just so happened to be recorded. Okay. So she was your best friend since 2010. Y'all being best, and you ain't talked to her. Okay, so that's the bullshit that guys don't like. I'm talking to the camera. Yeah. That guys sometimes, and it's like babe, like. Relax. I'm answering your questions, but you like that answer isn't going to suffice.
Yeah.
What's the issue?
And I hate to be. This is going to sound very toxic.
Say it.
But
Future Hendrix.
Do you really think you're going to have a line of questions that's going to trip me up if I was being unfaithful?
Ooh, say that again, Bobby. He cooking.
Like if I am being unfaithful, right? And you think these basic ass fucking questions of like, how do you know her and stuff like that is going to get me.
Say it again, Bobby.
To fucking.
No, I was saying he cooking. He said, you think on my way home from cheating, I didn't put together the exact questions that you, I got a packet. I got a, what they call it in school when you got to study for a test. I got a study guide. That's what he's talking about.
Like, you think I'm dumb enough to get tripped up by how do you know her? You thought that was your fucking.
But the thing, but you gotta be 100. Put 100 on 10. Mm-hmm. Women are a lot smarter than us fucking men.
They're quicker on their feet. They're quicker on their feet.
Women, so. Like men need time to analyze. Like, oh shit,
they're quicker on their feet.
Here we go. Women can boom, 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 boom.
No,
and a woman ain't gonna come quick. To you. Okay, shit. I'm ask this motherfucker next to you. Who's the king, Vanessa?
Jerry
it's
is
me.
Yeah, it is Jerry.
But you put me on my goddamn feet. I'm like, oh shit, I ain't know you was gonna come with that one. God, that's a good ass question.
Nah, in a past life, I was King Gaslight.
Is that gaslighting?
I mean, in past life, I'm not saying you were gaslighting.
I'm saying like
me personally, I could very much flip it and you just feel bad for the rest of the night. That you would even accuse me of such atrocities.
I care too much about how you feel and your feelings.
Yeah, I've grown and
fucking great,
evolved. You know what I'm saying?
Bobby, that's fucking great.
Yeah.
Accuse me.
Yeah.
How dare you? Like, how the fuck dare I? Okay,
the meticulous
like, you want me to go to bed now knowing
here.
that you think such terrible things about me? You think I would be capable?
How would I sleep?
You just
like
gotta start throwing a bunch of big words
at
at
night.
Like this, bitch.
Now I gotta listen to Take Care 3 times tonight before I could even get any slumber.
You gotta
And then
start.
I ain't talking to you. No, I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The fact that you're sitting here meticulously accusing me, all this atrocious,
accusing
I don't understand
with your
because
false accusations.
your methodology of all these false accusations just don't make any sense to me.
So now
It's so barbaric.
It's so barbaric. It's really, I am appalled. So you're getting married soon.
Yes.
You want
Shout
to
out.
say?
I love love and
I love love too. Fucking God damn it. Say you dated. What's your date?
what's that?
What's your wedding
November
date?
5th, 2023.
You got engaged on one of my favorite people.
Yeah, the Steve Harvey show.
The Steve Harvey show. You got engaged on that show.
Did.
And how like does he
What was
do
the
anything
breakdown?
more than you propose on the show?
What do you mean?
Like you propose on the show, is that it, or is like he involved, like, or his staff is involved? They follow up.
Yeah, I mean they hit me up on Instagram to do the show and stuff like that. This was real early in so I wasn't like, I didn't have a following or anything at the time. I was just posting us hashtag like Atlanta. I used a lot of hashtags. So I think that's how they found
Hashtag King.
hashtag Atlanta, like just stuff like that. And I think that's how they found us. They reached out to me, wanted to be on the show. They were, production always gets delayed and stuff like that. So I didn't hear from them for a while. So I didn't think of anything of it.
For sure.
I get a phone call like, hey, we really want you on the show. We think you'd be a good fit. We're filming tomorrow.
Oh.
I was like, all right, I'm going to call you right back. So I call the fiance up. I'm like, hey, you want to be on TV tomorrow? She's like, sure. I was like, cool, bye. And then I call them back. I'm like, yeah, we're in. So we did the show, proposed. Steve Harvey and their whole crew paid for her wedding dress.
Wow.
Her engagement ring, flowers, alcohol, my tuxedo.
While you were like on the show, or like,
Yeah,
this
they
is
did.
post?
Like, I mean, it's all brand deals
sure.
at the end of the day. So like, they shout out the company that did the rings, etc., stuff like that. So I mean,
And
it was
her
all
ring
just,
came from Zelle.
Nah, it was Charles and something.
Charles and something.
Charles and something. Sorry about that. But yeah, they sent her a link. She got to pick whatever ring she wanted. So she got a big old fucking
Oh nice.
big ass rock on her finger now. So it worked out for me. I didn't have to pay for that fucking $20,000 ring.
Love that.
Whatever X amount of fucking dresses. I haven't seen it, so I don't know what it costs yet.
But you proposed on his Facebook show, Facebook Watch.
Yeah. Steve on Watch.
Steve on Watch. You proposed on that show.
Yeah.
I saw the clip and motherfucker, you was smooth with
I freestyled that.
You know what I mean?
I was one of the only ones that like.
Yeah, you don't have to send me that link later.
Yeah,
on.
I
Look at it.
freestyled. I've always been just good with words. It's kind of always been my like thing I could do. So I mean, a lot of the dudes, they needed their speech tweaked because they were just. One dude was like, I cheated on you in the past, and the producer was like, maybe you shouldn't mention.
Put that in there.
Yeah.
We done been through some things.
You been through some shit,
I done did some shit. You did some shit.
You fucking with me, I'm fucking with you.
Yeah.
All right.
And so I made it very personal and like to our life and stuff like that. Added a little fucking countdown scheme to it, and yeah, I got proposed. She said yes, and then I had to ask her again afterwards just to make sure because I was like, you wouldn't say no to me on TV,
Right. Okay.
I was like, she would protect my feelings,
Right.
So I was like, afterwards, I was like, you sure? Because like, I know you wouldn't.
We here, like me and you.
Yeah, it's just me and you now. Steve's not here.
Right.
But yeah, so it was a good time.
Did I get a picture with
took care
Steve
of
at
us.
least?
Nah, we did not.
No.
Nope.
Fuck, I would have been upset. I'd been like, fuck.
He was funny.
Steve. He was funny?
Yeah.
Y'all was at the studio. Tyler Perry studio?
He's out in Tyrone, Georgia.
Tyrone.
He's got his own shit. There's a lot of studios out here. I mean, fucking Tyler Perry out in Peachtree. Tyrone is Steve Harvey's. Marvel's out in Fayetteville.
Yep.
Made in Georgia. Where that shit at? Well, that's all of fucking Georgia.
Yeah, it's just anywhere in Georgia.
If you film anything in fucking Georgia,
Warner Brothers, Adult Swim, TNT. That's all.
You know, you
that's all out here.
TNT, TBS, all that. It's like right here
CNN,
in Midtown.
Yeah,
Cartoon Network
out here. Yeah.
like headquartered.
It's literally right here, like on 251.
Yeah, if you drive down it, you'll see Cartoon Network, Adult Swim.
It's right on the side where Georgia Tech is.
Yeah, HBO.
If you're going south, If you're going south, it's to your right.
And
if you're going north, it's to your left.
Why? But we pulling up tomorrow. Goddamn it! Fuck you. We going. That's what the fuck we doing. Made in Georgia.
Actually, where you're at right now, it's like you could walk to Adult Swim's headquarters right now from here.
Bobby, go get a fucking job.
That's two things that won't work.
Not that you did a fucking job, but my guy Bobby behind the scenes, and he went to school for film production, television production, and shit.
Yeah,
I didn't get into school.
Okay,
it's fine. I'm a college dropout. I get you.
There are you?
Yeah.
How many years did you do?
I did literally like 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
I said math is hard. I'm out of here.
Man, he said fuck all
math
that.
be mathing.
Yeah,
math be fucking math.
And then I tried to go back for audio engineering.
Okay.
At the Dallas Art Institute. But yeah, they just wanted to like teach people how to be SoundCloud rappers, and I wasn't trying to be that. I was trying to work in this pretty much. I was trying to do like audio and stuff like that.
Do my shit for real, for real.
And so
can I ask you? And I'm gonna hear you from where I'm at. I got a piss like a motherfucker.
You're good.
But can I ask you?
I knew we were gonna run long. I talk.
One, what brought you to Georgia, like to Atlanta?
Yeah.
And then two, what kept you here?
Are you gonna pee first?
I can hear you. I can hear you from where I'm at.
Are you gonna pee first?
You got to pee too?
No, I was gonna let you pee.
No, but because we running, I ain't gonna cut it. What brought you to Atlanta?
Okay.
What kept you here?
Okay.
Because I will say is you are, motherfucker. We do this podcast from Jacksonville normally, and DJ came in like, all right, motherfucker, your headphones are ass, your cameras ain't shit.
I really
you
wished.
stink.
I wish my crew was here this week, and I would have brought you on to our podcast.
Really?
Yeah, he's out of town though.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
I would have had you both on the Bro Code podcast.
That, Bobby. You came too early.
If you ever come back again, we'll have you on. We record every Wednesday.
But we'll be back.
Yeah.
There we go.
So if you're here any Wednesday, we'll get you going.
So what brought you? What kept you?
So what brought me here at the time? I was living in Dallas. My girl brought me to Dallas, Texas. I was living in California before that, and California rent was crazy fucking expensive. Wasn't able to find work. Bartending wasn't like hitting or anything. So then I ended up going to Dallas with my girl, and I spent about 1 year in Dallas. I wasn't doing shit. I started a podcast actually with my brother at the time. It was called the 94 Keys podcast, and it was terrible. Didn't work out.
Got to start from somewhere.
And my mom actually lives out in Loganville, Gwinnett County. And so I had convinced my fiance that Atlanta's the move. You know, I wanted to work in media. There's all this like things.
Where was she living at before?
We were in Dallas, Texas.
Y'all both were in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
So how did you go about trying to convince her to move to Atlanta? Because I feel like that's a hard convince to do.
So I personally didn't love Dallas. Mm-hmm. You know, the temperature was like 106 every fucking day. Facts. And also you're just so isolated and far from everything. You know, her family lives in like DC area. Mm-hmm. I was like, you know, if we're in Atlanta, if you drive 5 hours anywhere, you're in a new area. You know, from Atlanta, if you could be in Florida, you could be in Charlotte, you could be in Nashville, you could drive to New Orleans, easy drive to DC, where her family's at. It was just so much closer to anything, as opposed to Dallas, Texas. You're 15 hours, 18 hours away from everything.
Drive 5 hours from Dallas, you're still in Texas.
So convincing her was the first move to get going. And she was like stern about it because I was like, you know, if you don't like it, we can just move. Like, it's no biggie. So after that, and I had made a conscious decision when I go to Atlanta, I'm going to network like crazy. I just stopped. You can go.
No, I was listening. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
You came from Dallas to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Network. Crazy.
No, yeah. Just flip the.
You want me to throw? Oh, I'm sorry.
I know where I stopped.
There you go. I'm back. No. You good? That's on me.
So when I moved to Atlanta, I knew I was just going to network like crazy. I made a promise to myself. I was just going to stop wasting any time. I was already, 26 at the time. I was just not getting any younger, obviously. So I was like, hey, I'm going to move to Atlanta, network like crazy. I met up with the guys I make the podcast with now. And my first year in Atlanta, every door that could open opened. I was on my podcast. I was hanging out with the fucking guys from Floribama Shore. Like 3 weeks living here. I proposed on the Steve Harvey show within like 4 months of living here. We shot a reality show, a pilot episode for our own reality show within my first year here. Just literally every single door that could open. I got a corporate job real quickly, stuff like that. Like just every door that could opened for me.
Yeah.
And so that's what really kept me here.
Is that like, but is that atypical? You know what I mean? Because I think people look at Atlanta, I've said it on this show many times, as like the Mecca. Yeah. But Atlanta, I think, can sometimes feel to some people what LA is to a lot of actors. Like, I'm going to go to LA, it's going to be this amazing street paved in gold, but like you get there and it's like, fuck, it ain't.
I think my timing was good because I think now we're more like LA than we were probably 5 years ago.
Yeah, okay.
So I think my timing was great, which, I can't, that's not me. That's just, luck. I don't think I'm that special. I think people, if they're not making it, they're lacking somewhere, whether that is work ethic, networking, or one of those two, honestly. Okay. Is what I attribute it to. Okay. You could either have the best work ethic in the world and you're not good at networking, or you could be great at networking and not have the work ethic. I think you need to, if you're not making, you need to figure out which of those two is not working. Because I think if you just do the work, meet the people, you'll get somewhere.
Facts. I don't disagree. Yep. Bro, you from here? But like you're from here, but you're also in a different stratosphere. Cause like you don't like
literally.
You like I appreciate you for coming and doing this show, but you don't give a fuck about this show. Like you don't give a fuck about the podcast shit because you are by trade a pilot. Mm-hmm. So like, do you feel like people come to Atlanta to make it, or
where you at? Wheels Up?
No, we're doing like charter stuff. Okay. So I'm trying to get to the airlines though. Airlines my end goal.
Go up.
You know what Wheels Up is though?
Yeah, it's a charter company, blue and white.
Yeah.
I know, I'm familiar with them.
I mean, blue and white.
It's like the Uber of private jets.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's shit. That sounds like good. I don't know.
It's a good stepping stone.
It's a good stepping stone.
Yeah. What was the question again?
Do you see people come to Atlanta to try to make it, or is it like stop coming to my fucking city?
So the people who come to the city, I feel like yes and no to that, because it's like I feel like a lot of people do come here to try and make it because one, Atlanta it's a black city. Atlanta outside of Georgia is its own entity.
For sure. I disagree. Yeah.
And not only that, but Atlanta is in itself a black Hollywood at that. So I definitely feel like, and it is a lot of opportunities here. It's a lot of creative people here, especially when you want to surround yourself with people of the same cultural background.
For sure.
It's a lot of culture here in pretty much every industry, especially music and television film. For sure, film. So I would say yes and no. And I do kind of feel like it's hard to come to Atlanta these days and find people that are from it, that live in Atlanta, that are actually from Atlanta, because I feel like nowadays it's a lot of people who live in Atlanta that aren't actually from Atlanta, but is where you also get that whole little backlash of the crime and everything, all the little crazy stuff that's going on.
Right?
Yeah, the crazy BS shit that's all that's going on or whatever. It's coming in from a lot of people who aren't originally from here. So I mean, I would say yes and no.
From DC?
So I would say yes and no. I mean, I can't necessarily say I blame them because I mean, you want to be successful, you want to seek whatever opportunity you can.
Yeah.
And I mean, working where I work now, it's like just the other day we had Future and Ludacris come through within an hour of each other.
Wow.
You know, and then
Crazy.
It's kind of like you'll come to Atlanta and you'll get used to seeing high end clientele or celebrities or whatever. But it's like you never know too who else is involved in that circle that might be able to put you on elsewhere.
Might be able to plug you into that circle. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, Future and Ludacris came through here, but somebody had to schedule this shit.
Yeah.
And who the motherfucker that scheduled this shit? Like, that's who you need to be plugged into, because that's gonna be your connection to whatever the fuck may be.
And like things I had never even expected to be on my plate became like accessible.
Yeah.
You know, if I told myself like, when I was doing a dumb Zoom podcast in Dallas with my brother, like, oh, you're going to be interviewing Roscoe Dash in a year.
ROSCOE,
like,
the show where you put it on.
Not going to happen. Or like,
I'll be going,
you know, over at T-Pain's place, or just like
Shorty, a girl from Bologna. I'm with you though.
These things that like I wouldn't think about. Or like I know like B.O.B.'s publicist and like just like things that like you just meet and stuff like that. You just wouldn't fathom.
I fear though, like, because I want to word this correctly. Like, you have the gift of gab. Like, I fuck with you because you have that. Like, not a lot of people would have jumped on somebody's Instagram live like, hey, burn me up. I'm by, like, here's the thing. You are doing a whole lot better than me on social media. At the time, I'm not sure where you were at the time, but I wasn't the motherfuckers. Like, I'm still not, and I wasn't in the place to be like, I don't know who the motherfucker is. He ain't finna come on my live with me. Right? You know what I mean?
But you could have, and I would have been fine.
But like, the thing is, like, your gift of gab, your wording was so persistent and right to say, hey, I'm a podcaster too. I was like, yeah, I think I podcast. What the fuck? I don't know who the fuck that is. I know Bobby. Oh, you know Bobby? Okay, come on up. Yeah, shit. Now, I think that you have the gift of gab.
I can get in the door.
You can get in the door. But that is a gift.
Yeah.
That a lot of people don't have.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't talk with everyone, or you can't just throw somebody in. For example, like, you can't take somebody and throw them into a new city and they'll just flourish because they're able to interact with anybody on different levels.
Like, I would say for me, like I'm second time talking to you good, because I can guarantee you, from the first time I met you when I did your show, and me now, it's probably different. Yeah, whole lot different. Yeah, like, who the fuck is this motherfucker? But I'm second time knowing you interaction opposed to the first time, because first time I'm trying to figure out. I'm scratching my ear. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck. Do you see a difference in me?
Yeah.
And is it drastic?
I wouldn't say drastic, but it's just more relaxed.
But that's me.
Yeah.
You seem like the kind of guy where it's like, I got you first time. Like, even when I was there.
The funny thing is, I actually have real bad social anxiety.
Same.
But if you turn that camera on, I will.
You know how to click it on.
I will change instantly.
Yeah. Same.
I live off very high. Like, if there's high stakes, I can perform.
Yeah.
But I need that. If you just throw me in a room at like a party or something, I can't.
Can't do it.
I can't do it.
Oh, see, I'm the opposite. Like, you can throw me in a room at a party. Like, if we go to a party random and like you're like, hey, I'm finna slide to this party. That's my homeboys, whatever. And you know everyone else at the party, and the only person I know at the party is you. Yeah. And like, you walk away from me, you gonna come back, I'm gonna be talking to Bob, Millie, and Tony.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be on my phone.
Which is why I invited Brelyn to come do all these fucking episodes, because like, you can fucking talk to anybody. Like, this is a motherfucker. I know me myself personally. I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
Like I can't like. I think Bobby, who's off camera right now, Bobby is that. I introduced Bobby to a guy named Breeze. I think it was their first time meeting. Bobby came in the room and said crisscross applesauce. So I'm just getting to know everybody. So Breeze, when did you? And it was like, I was like, I wish the fuck I had that.
Yeah.
Like I wish I could. My fucking body won't allow me to. I don't give a fuck how much I want to. Like I can talk myself up. My body won't allow me to say, okay, go in this room, talk, be yourself, like my body does not allow me to do that.
Yeah, if you throw me on a stage or put a camera in front of me, it's like I just know I have no choice.
Yeah.
It's like I know like these. I need to be entertaining. I need to fill space. I need to do that, and I can do that. But if it's
is that why you got the glasses on tonight with your leg? Or you had your leg on the table. I was like, this motherfucker is a celebrity.
I can turn it on, and it's funny because literally like my friends that like I'll record with, at for a while they were like, oh, you change like after you start drinking is what they thought. They were like, you're almost like autistic until you start drinking. And I told them, I was like, it's not the alcohol, because like there's times where I just didn't drink. It's just you have to turn the camera on.
Yeah.
There has to be some stakes to it.
Has to be a reason behind it.
Yeah, I have to know, like, okay, entertain now.
Yes,
And,
yes.
like, I can do that. Any other time, I'm overthinking everything. I'm overanalyzing. I'm very, like, in my head.
I promise on everything I love, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
And I can't explain it. Like, I think that I am the most awkward person outside of this bullshit. The microphone, this podcast, the camera. I am the, like I would get to a point where I think people don't like me, and it's like not that they don't like me. Like I just don't fuck with. Like I'm quiet. To myself. Like and Brelyn, if I'm talking crazy, you let me know. But like I don't fuck with a lot of new shit. If it's different, I ain't fucking with it. But camera one on, and I'm a fucking clap.
Yeah.
Fucking let's go. Like okay, now it's my time to entertain.
Yep.
I don't know.
True. Like, because if you sat there and you told somebody who didn't know you was like, yeah, I have stage fright or social anxiety,
Like,
but they saw your content, or they saw when you did stand up, or they saw like stuff that you were doing when we was in college, they would be like, yeah, bullshit. You would think it's like, nah, you're lying. It's no possible way.
I hated going out with these motherfuckers in college.
I still hate going out with people.
I don't like going out. I
because me, like literally how I am,
be at home.
I really be cool. I'll leave you in a heartbeat. Like not intentionally, but it's like I'll say like I'm going to the bathroom, and then on my way back from the bathroom, I done stopped and interacted with 3 separate people, and one of them I got caught up in a conversation with, and you wondering where I'm at, and I'm up here now having a shot with this guy.
Right.
You know.
I also can't do small talk.
I hate that shit
at
too.
all.
But see, like me, it's like it never goes from small talk. Like I'm not sitting up here asking, "Oh, well, where are you from? Why are you here tonight?" It's like, especially if alcohol's involved, me and you might have just became friends. Yeah, I remember like when I went on my trip to Dubai, 12-hour trip going, 14 coming back. Yeah. My seat neighbors that I had, I ended up talking to both of them. Obviously, we didn't talk the entire fucking way. That would be kind of weird. But like, that would be kind of weird. But for a good portion of the time, like we were all talking, like we exchanged Instagrams, all of that.
No, I'm trying to trauma bond. I'm trying to trauma bond with you. I'm like, tell me why you're fucked up. Let's get deep. Like,
so what fucked you up?
Yeah, did your uncle touch you? Let's find out. Let's
talk about it.
I'm a 0 to 100. Same thing with like asking the questions with the girl. It's like I need to just
know
like,
what the fuck are.
I want to leave every interaction with the person knowing I met a human.
Yeah,
that's my only thing. And so, like, if it's
say that again for the people in the back.
I just want to leave every interaction with someone knowing I met a human. I met like a person. I like what makes you unique. What makes you you? What makes you? Because if I just do like this bullshit, like talk about what do you do for a living and blah blah blah. What show do you? It's just I didn't meet anything. There's no memorable experience here. I'm not going to remember this.
Right.
So I need to like give me a reason to remember this.
Let me walk out of here with something other than your fucking IG name.
Yeah.
That makes fucking sense. I don't know.
And a lot of people don't want to do that. You know,
right.
like, they're not going to be like, no, you're a stranger. I'm not going to tell you.
Right.
Like,
I'm not gonna go here with you, motherfucker. I don't even know. I won't know you from when I leave here.
Yeah.
I think that as social media and the digital climate progresses, we lose that piece. They're like, where the fuck did this come from? Well, I've been drinking Douce, and here it is. Yep. I think as the social media climate grows, like, I love this fucking saying on social media, and I'm like, I hope people are doing that. But they be like, go outside and touch some grass.
Yeah.
Like, fucking go outside and touch grass. Go touch reality for a minute to know that you are still, like, you are a person outside of your name.
Yep.
Outside of Jerry the Great, motherfucker, I'm Jerriel Lamont Buford Fennell. Go outside and touch, like, when I touch grass, that's who the fuck I am.
Yep.
When these cameras cut off, Bobby can say, now Bobby drove up here with me, so he might be like, this nigga Jerry is weird because he was listening to some bullshit. Yeah, he never let a song finish, and I heard Al Green. So
yeah, Curtis Mayfield belongs on the car ride.
But outside of that, it's like I'm sure Bobby got a different side of me that people, like the general public behind this camera lens, will never see, because when this camera comes on, 3, 2, 1, and we're rolling. Yep. Fucking, I'm rolling. I'm on. Here we go. I'm Jerry the motherfucking Great. Outside of this bullshit, motherfucker, I'm Jerriel, and I'm a little awkward, and I don't like talking to people, and
it's even,
you know what I mean?
It's even worse because I do a podcast with 4 other people. So check out the Bro Code Network podcast. But sometimes when we think of topics, I'll come in knowing I'm going to have to argue a point of view I don't even believe in because I know where my cast members are going to stand. Right. And I know, like, if we all just agree, it's not going to be a fun podcast.
Absolutely.
So there's times where, like, I'll put out clips where it's like, it's literally an opinion I don't even have.
Right. But you gotta.
But I know it's going to get me 300,000 views. So it's like, I'm going to do that. So
in the words of John Day, who was just on the show with me and Brelyn, is that staying true to yourself? Like, or are you, is your pussy pink and your booty hole brown? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see that correlation, but
I got you. I understood. I got it.
Like, you gotta say that shit because it's hot.
But no,
White people, they're all pink.
It's funny because, like, I have a clip that's gone viral currently with Tori Ortez, the track star from OSU, where she says, she told me white dick looks like tilapia.
I saw that one. Okay, I definitely saw that one.
So right now, as we speak, my notifications are just filled with people insulting my dick.
That look like tilapia.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I like to say it's the tannest part of my body. Also, it's not always pink. Like, I don't know how it's the tannest part. It never sees the sun, but it's the tannest part of my body.
I was gonna say, yeah, how does that work?
But
that's irrelevant.
But yeah, my entire feed right now is just women insulting my genitalia on here.
And you gotta deal with that shit.
Yeah, it was just fine. My main concern was making sure she wasn't being insulted, because there's a lot of people insulting her. So I was like, I wanted to protect her.
You were to take the heat.
I signed up for this, but no, I would say. No, I don't think social media is. I mean, there are people that are true to themselves and cool. That's great if you can find a way to. I don't think people that talk for an hour at a time or 2 hours at a time, I don't ever think 100% of what they say is their true self. You know, you embellish, you say things to be entertaining,
enhance the story.
Yeah, it's always that. So I mean, is it a version of myself? Sure. Is it 100% honest? No.
Okay.
So,
but authenticity.
Brelyn, you took a deep breath. You was like, what was your thought?
No, I was just gonna say, but authenticity does sell though too. You know, granted, the expanded version of things always will get you there too. But
yeah,
I think people having somebody that they can relate with, or somebody quote unquote playing devil's advocate, or somebody that's like, oh, well, you know, all my viewers agree with this, but if I sit here and said this, like, for example, I don't know if y'all have ever seen that podcast. What's it called? But it's the podcast that's ran by like 2 older, like middle-aged white women.
I've seen it in that group.
I forget what it's called, but yeah.
You ever seen that?
It's called I've Had It.
Oh, that's what it's called. Okay,
yes,
I've had it.
Never heard of this.
Like,
it's fucking great.
It's a good
amazing.
podcast. Yeah, it's
2 white women, like they're
like in their 50s or 60s.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
They just complain about everything.
Yes.
Like, I've had it with people
Yes.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
Great niche.
Yeah.
Can I say?
Do we want to give a voice to white women?
These white women, I'll give them
Yeah,
voice to.
I would too.
Because they are fucking, they've had it.
And they be saying some valid shit. For sure.
But I also want to say fuck Bobby Altoff.
Oh, that's the lady who was on with Drake. And
And her one big titty.
she got one? Only one?
Mm-hmm. No, she got two, but one big as fuck.
I ain't never look at her titties like
Yeah,
that.
I've been mad as fuck every time I see her.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look next time.
Yeah.
That's who you should collab with.
Huh?
That's who you should collab with.
No, she
Oh my god.
no,
she's
she out of here.
fucking dry.
She out of here.
I think that's the
And
her
that too.
basis. I think that's the basis of her podcast.
I was mad because Funny Marco blew me off to do her podcast.
Oh, he's supposed to do yours and then I ain't mad at that.
Thanks.
I ain't mad at it. I mean, I'm sorry for you, but I'm not mad at what he did because you'll get him next time.
Her podcast is not going to last.
You don't think? I don't think so either.
The shtick is getting real old. Quick.
She then got canceled on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like recently.
She's an industry plant. I don't like it.
She did Drake and then Drake
was like episode 3.
Oh yeah, she's done. She's fucking cooked.
Yeah, she did Funny Marco, a comedian,
Drake,
Tyga, Mark Cuban, like
she's Yachty. Done.
Yeah, Little Yachty. She's
done.
Yeah.
Bobby just had I don't want to say just because I don't know when this is gonna come out. But Bobby, who have you had on your podcast before we go? You had Ryan Davis, you had come to the microphone for me. They do give a fuck. This shit, goddamn
obviously I do my show at the Comedy Zone back home. So people who come through on a headline, the comedians and shit, like Ryan Davis showed me a lot of love when he was there. I've had Lunel, Ali Sadiq was my favorite interview personally.
He was good
because he's fucking crazy. But I mean, bruh, I met a lot of the people you're talking. I met Funny Marco once. I'm just hilarious. All these Atlanta people be coming to Jacksonville, but
Duval.
Why you bring
I just did Seti Hendricks from Jacksonville.
So I don't know who Seti Hendricks is.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, just give a
old heads.
I don't give a fuck. But I'm sorry, Seti.
Start doing your outro. I'm gonna piss.
oh, he gotta go pee his goddamn self. No, that's fine. Brelyn, where can they? Because this has been a fucking great episode. Where can they follow you on social media, Bree?
IG is plain Kicks. Twitter, it's Kicks plain, just the reverse. That's it. That's all I got.
Just flip it. Brelyn, let me ask you, because he's not here. How did you feel about the first white guest on the Dignified Delinquents show? How did you feel?
I thought it went kind of good. I think it's funny how he literally was, I guess, raised by a black family. His fiance is mixed. I was about to say black, but I mean, I guess you could say
give them both.
Give them both. She was raised by a white family. I guess literally a sitcom.
It's like
that's interesting.
I don't like what's the show about the world's completely flipped, but it's like they met in each other's completely flipped worlds. Like what's a show where your world got flipped, turned upside down? And I like to take a moment and just sit right here. Okay, perfect. I was saying Fresh Prince in my head, but Bobby, you fucking perfect. White swap, but when you get swapped with a swapped. Like it's like wife swapped. He finna get a fucking show from this, Bobby. It's like wife swapped, but if you said, fuck it, I ain't going home to my wife. I'm not going home to my white wife. I'm gonna stay here with this black wife. That's fucking, Bobby just gave you a whole fucking show.
Yep.
Wife swapped.
Yep.
But if you decided to stay with your black, like the wife that you got swapped with. And
I used to love Wife Swap.
I love that fucking show too. And British Nanny 911. What can they follow you on social media, dog?
DJ94. That's NINE, the number 4, all platforms. TikTok 220,000. Hit me up. YouTube, the Bro Code Network. We're at 650,000 on there. Watch our podcast and yeah.
Yo, it's your boy Jay the Gray. We at 4,000. We at 4,700. Hey, no, it's your boy Jay the Great, man. You can follow me on all platforms. I'll try to get them.
You can move mine to the end if you want. Feel better.
Sure, right.
You can just
we at 4,070. And that bitch be 69 on Tuesday, 71 on Thursday, and then 59, then we jump back. Hey, it's your boy Jerry the Great, man. You can follow me on all platforms at Jerry the Great. That is Jerry, THA Great. We are live from motherfucking Atlanta. First of all, Brelyn, I want to thank you for coming through.
Yeah, bro, no problem.
And my guy DJ, I'm gonna tell you, you have been the first white guest on the show, but you have also been the most comfortable guest on the show. Like, you put your foot up and you had your Yeezys on.
This isn't your house, so I can put my feet up.
That is facts. That is definitely
You're
true.
gonna have to pay the cleaning fee regardless if I put my foot up here or not. So fuck it.
I fucking love it. I love it. Hey, this is the Dignified Delinquents, and we are fucking. You got a song you want to play? Anybody got a song like we did with John Day? No. We out. That's it.
1,000 Lives by Raheem.
Go
My
ahead,
shit
Raheem.
right now.
1,000 Lives by Raheem. We out. Peace.